Imagine playing Doom, but it's set like in medieval times with like magic as well as guns and all this kind of stuff. And well, no, okay, but like classic Doom set a very, very long time ago. No, okay, well, guess what? If you're 555, then I'm 666. I'm gonna play Heretic. I actually really like this game, and we're gonna start on the first episode, City of the Damned. On the highest skill level, Black Plague possesses thee. So this is Heretic's equivalent to Nightmare, but it doesn't have respawning monsters. I'll just get that out of the way now. Check this out, and I'm playing it in DosBox. This is version 1 of Heretic. It is the full release, it's not the shareware WAD, but it's version 1. I thought it'd be cool to play Heretic this way. I've done it with Doom 1, played, version 1.1. And yeah, I really like Heretic. I think a lot of Doom fans do like Heretic, but it also sort of has not the greatest reputation among Doom fans, as in it's considered a bit sort of boring and inferior to Doom. Which it is inferior to Doom, but so what? Doom's amazing. Like, Heretic's very good in its own right, in my opinion. And this starting view here, I mean, it's kind of similar to E1M1 with the 4 pillars and so on, but this evokes just as much nostalgia in me as any of Doom's first maps. I used to play the shareware version of Heretic heaps as a kid. I love Heretic. I think it's fun. Its level design gets a little bit samey maybe throughout, but there's all sorts of new features they added to the Doom engine. So this runs on the Doom engine. In case you know nothing about Heretic, this is the Doom engine, but this game was made in 1994 by Raven Software, who are a very talented and highly regarded game development studio. And this was sort of their first big break, because they worked down the street from id Software, I think, and they sort of got to know each other, and John Romero and the guys who did were just like, hey, wow, you guys are really good. How about you use the Doom engine and make a game? And they were like, well, yeah, like no duh, as if you'd turned down that opportunity. And they made Heretic. And it's really cool. Raven Software are great. And yeah, they got a copy of the source code of Doom in 1994, and they added all this sort of cool stuff. So you'll see the status bar's a bit different, like it has that chain at the bottom that actually moves depending on your health. They've relocated things. But look, water, it actually has a little bit of depth to it, and it makes a noise, and there's a little splash when you fall in. They added a little bit of environmental effects. There's ambient sounds, which you'll hear throughout plenty. I sort of did it really quickly, but the key is sort of drawn as if it's 3D. It's just the way it's drawn. But yeah, the weapons and the monsters are quite clearly based heavily on Doom's roster. But hey, it's the mummy. Actually, it's called the golem, before anyone who's a Heretic fan gets at me. These little guys are gargoyles and this guy's a golem, but as a kid, I didn't know that. And I called the little guys imps because they look like the sort of classic red devil imp from Western folklore. And those guys look like mummies. And guess what? In Heretic's game files, they are referred to as mummies and gargoyles, imps, sorry. Like their graphics, sprite names are just IMP, imp for the little red guys, and MUMM for these guys. So even the guys at Raven thought of them as mummies and imps. So if you hear me calling them mummies and imps, it's just because that's what I used to do as a kid, and that's what they are to me, but I know that they're actually gargoyles and golems. Okay, so what we just picked up there, Heretic doesn't auto-swap you to it, which is actually pretty cool. The gauntlets, I love that sound. And this is just the chainsaw reskin, but I don't know, is it actually just a pure reskin of the chainsaw? It's pretty bloody useful. Look at this. Is it faster? I think it might be a little bit faster. And the sound when you swap to them, like there's actually a sound when you pull them out. Very cool. I mean, actually the chainsaw did that too, so. And the wand, so I'm wand starting all these maps. This is just the pistol reskin, but as you can see it has a faster rate of fire, which actually means that it's a lot more useful, does a lot more damage, it has a way higher DPS, and you can actually use it against higher tier dudes. But there's lots of extra stuff in Heretic that I will try to explain as we see it. I won't front load this video too much with all the differences. If you know nothing about Heretic, you're in for a treat, in my opinion. If you like Doom, That'd be why you're watching my channel. And if you like Doom, you're gonna like Heretic, I reckon. It's very likely. And if you know something about Heretic, well, yeah, here we go. I'm playing version 1 in DosBox, so look how crunchy it is. This is just how it looked in 94, 95 when it came out. Let's get this secret. Something I didn't know, I think it must have been Hexen that normalized it, but in Heretic you don't actually get the secret notification and you don't see the stats on the map like you would in, well, like you do nowadays in Sourceports and like you didn't do in Doom. But you do see the exact level end stats, like rather than percentages like in Doom, you get like the exact kill count and the exact secret count and so on. I'm just going to open the exit door, but of course I want to go back through this secret to get this game's version of the shotgun. The ethereal crossbow. I always like that as well. He laughs when he picks up a new weapon. That's the weapon pickup sound. And look at this thing. It actually fires a projectile. A volley of 3. The 2 on the outside and then this big powerful one in the middle. And it's actually really fun to use. Like I like a sort of projectile shotgun. It's very cool. Let's go use it out here in this secret. Mummy in your face. Uncool. But check this out. If I stand here and take my hands off the keyboard... Oh! The water has a current. Heretic had like conveyor belt stuff before Boom. And it actually even affects the enemy's projectiles. Like look, they're throwing it. Okay, the red ones no, but the green ones yes. And look at that. Another difference in Heretic. Monsters can fire different styles of projectiles. So these guys mostly fire the green axes at you, which get affected by the water currents, but they can also throw a red one, which does a lot more damage. So you've got to be careful of that. And, well, yeah, I haven't addressed it yet, but look, this book on the HUD here, there's an inventory system, and this is the Tome of Power, and see it's up in the top right corner there saying that I have it. The Tome of Power is kind of like a quad damage before quad damage. Look what it does to the fire of these weapons, and even the wand is a lot more powerful now. Screw you. And then so yeah, very, very cool. I wonder if the Tome of Power actually helped to inspire the quad damage, but that should be everything. I know these episode 1 maps like the back of my hand because like I say, I played the shareware of Heretic a lot. And look, yeah, it's a Doom 1 reskin here. I assume they got a copy of Doom 1 source code. I don't know how much they knew about Doom 2. They were probably developing it simultaneously. And John Romero was executive producer of Heretic, and that's not just a title to give him more money, essentially. It sounds like he actually had quite an active role. Now, also, you can't type in Doom's cheats, like if I want to WandStart, IDC Levy does nothing, IDQD, nothing. Heretic has its own cheats, but I'm playing on skill 5, so even Heretic's cheats don't work. Just like a nightmare in Doom, you can't type in cheats. So to WandStart all these levels, I have to actually quit out of the game to the awesome end screen that Heretic has and run from the command line. So warp to episode 1, map 2 on skill 5. And that's how I'm going to be WandStarting all these. I'll do this continuously, but for some of these maps I might take a break and edit the recordings together afterwards. Like I definitely plan to release this video all as one big episode 1 playthrough, but I won't necessarily play the entirety of episode 1 in one big go. Just because I may need to have a rest. But yeah, look, Heretic also has... So yeah, well, no respawning enemies, but they do have fast monsters, but I don't know if the fast monsters on Black Plague and Heretic are as punishing as in Doom. It would seem like they're a bit more manageable. I would say that this is the equivalent to Ultraviolence in Doom, this Black Plague, and that Heretic's Ultraviolence equivalent was a Thou Art a Smitemeister. It's not... You know, if you used Ultraviolence in Doom and you were looking to play Heretic in a similar sort of challenging fashion, you probably should play it on Black Plague. And yeah, Heretic has a way higher average monster count, I would say. And something I do in these early maps to get you used to secrets, I guess, is mark them with these little shadows. That doesn't happen throughout the rest of Heretic, but they do it here. And this secret's really handy because it allows us to get the jump on this ambush here with a Tome of Power. Look, the Tome of Power wand is not to be slept on. It absolutely stun locks and melts those losers. So it's very handy. Don't put the wand away later in the game. Like, if you've got ammo for it, use it. Especially with the Tome of Power. And the Tome of Power gauntlets is something I'm excited to show when the time comes. Because what they do is, well, I'll just say, they leech health off the enemies. And they actually work really well, even on like the higher tier enemies. Can really help get you out of some sticky situations. So don't sleep on the powered up gauntlets either. Get a better look at the key here. Oh, when I've got rid of... Oh, there you are. They did this sort of faux 3D effect, similar to like with the Tome of Power in the top right when you're using it. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's make sure to get everything. Heretic also, it loves doing this thing with secrets where like rooms open up behind you once you've been somewhere. Like if you go somewhere, if you backtrack, you get rewarded for backtracking because something that wasn't open before will be. Okay, got to jump on these guys. So yeah, Heretic's levels, they seem to love sort of interconnecting them with like secret passages. And the level design's probably a little bit more samey than Doom's in my opinion. There were multiple people who made the maps, whose names I don't remember off the top of my head. But they seem to follow a bit more of a coherent design. They might have had a style guide or something. Episode 1 of Heretic, like its maps are very cool. But it does start to get a bit samey in the later episodes. But I'll play them now, because they're still fun. The Dragon Claw. This is the chain gun reskin. And if you know anything about Heretic, or if you know anything about this weapon, you might know that this weapon's a little bit meme-worthy because it's a little bit loud. Sorry if you can't hear me over the sound of the Dragon Claw. It's just it has a very loud sound similar to Doom's plasma rifle. Phew. But it's undeniably very useful. Dragon Claw is quite powerful. And this and the wand are the only two hit scan weapons in the entire game. Enemies don't hit scan, and you only have those two as your hit scan options. I'll swap back to the crossbow though, because I have lots of ammo for it. And it's fun to use. Oh yeah, so these things, these like weird green seed pods, they're not an enemy, they're Heretic's version of the exploding barrels. Auto-aim's hitting the dudes, but yeah, look. Now that might look like a wimpy explosion, but trust me, it is not. They hurt. You do not want to be standing near those when they go off. They get used pretty sparingly though. And most of the time in Heretic I'd say they're used more as a hindrance to the player than as a way to help you kill the monsters. Although there are exceptions. One that will be coming up on very soon. Oh yeah, that scroll thing there is the auto map. Like Heretic's version of, oh yeah, these guys. There's mummies that emerge from here. See what I mean about Heretic loving monster closets? I mean, Doom loved monster closets too, but the more you see as we go on playing, you'll see what I mean. Like, Heretic opens them up and, you know, in a backtracking kind of way. If you follow back exactly where you just were, something will have opened, often a secret. And yeah, these guys might seem like an absolute joke. Black Plague kind of nerfs them a little bit in a weird way. They're meant to charge you like a lost soul, but on Black Plague they kind of just hover there. It's almost like they're bugged. Now here's a rare example of these things being placed in such a way as to help you. Those purple things, quartz flasks, go into your inventory, and they're like medkits. They give you 25 health. So yeah, Heretic does, those little blue vials give you 10 health back, and these give you 25, so clearly reskins of Doom's health items. However, the quartz flask is an inventory item. You can choose when to use it, which is handy sometimes, and a bit annoying others. I wish it was possible to have a setting to say if you wanted to use it automatically or not, or if they would be used automatically when your health was below a certain value. But hey, it was 94, they were still figuring this sort of stuff out. And inventory is cool enough as it is. Okay, I'm running out of arrows, so I might swap to the loud Dragon Claw. Listen to that lack of sound channels. Oh yeah, and they, obviously, the Doom engine, they didn't get rid of the thing where, like, monsters below a certain mass might potentially come at you if they're above you. Which is pretty cool. Ah, what do we have here? The Wings of Wrath. What the on earth could the Wings of Wrath do? Well, I'll show you very soon. First of all, whoop, getting ambushed. And yeah, Heretic has a lot more monsters than Doom, I'd say, on average. These maps, like, instantly we've got like over 100 enemies in map 2. Well over 100. And they're often like slightly higher tier than in an equivalent Doom map they might be. Now, when this lowers, this also lowers. But you could have also flown up there with the Wings of Wrath. Yes, in the Doom engine, they added the ability to fly. Here's the wings, and here's the wrath. Oh crap, it didn't keep my old key bindings. What the hell? Is it page down and page up? Oh, that's to look. Yeah, so Heretic has looking up and down. They added looking up and down to the Doom engine in 94. And flying, so it's insert to go down, page up to go up. Terrible key bindings as defaults. I will be changing that between levels when I WandStart the next one. But yeah, you don't really need the Wings of Wrath in this map. They're just here, I guess, to give you a chance to use them. I will use them. I'll put them to better effect in later maps. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that you can. Like, flying is actually a pretty cool mechanic. Whoop. Up, down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Cloud goes up, cloud goes down, cloud goes up, cloud goes down. In later Heretics, your player character was named Corvus. It's not named that in this, but so yeah, Corvus goes up, Corvus goes down, Corvus goes up, Corvus goes down. Let's use the Tome of Power. This is what the powered up Dragon Claw does. Oh, there you are. Fighting in the darkness. We get a bag of holding. That's the backpack. I'm told by people who know more than me, I'm not a huge D&D nerd, but apparently the bag of holding, the Tome of Power, that sort of thing is all very heavily D&D inspired. Even like gargoyles and golems being like common enemies apparently is very D&D. Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you who are also not D&D nerds like me. Actually, we're ready to just go, except by here. Oh no. I'm gonna have to backtrack, double back around there because I hear gargoyle. I need to kill. I'm gonna try, obviously, and get 100%. Well, it's not UV-Max. I mean, I'm playing on Black Plague, so I guess it's Black Plague Max. Yeah, you did somehow escape my wrath. Good thing I heard him. Right, now the exit is through the blue key door, which is through here. Oh yeah, these things, these hourglasses, they're the time bomb of the ancients. Oh, and apparently they're bugged because I just pressed enter to use it and it did nothing. Normally what would happen is you place them down and they explode, but they explode really quickly, like they're on a very short timer. They're really hard to use. This thing that you see in the inventory is called the Shadow Sphere. It's just the partial invisibility, but there is more to it, and I'll explain in future when we get to it. Now that should be everything, hopefully. Hell yeah. Look at that, 153 enemies in map 2. And now I have to bail back out. Okay, we're going from the dungeons to the docks was first, the dungeons, now we're going to the gatehouse. But I have to bail out to be able to WandStart. And I'm going to rebind those controls. So setup. Select control type. Keyboard only, see it's the default. Okay, it was meant to be played with keyboard and mouse, but the default was keyboard only. Oh, configure controller, what an idiot. Keyboard, where's fly? Fly. I swear I already did this, but okay, so fly down, I'd like to be C, as in like crouch. Fly up, I would like to be X. So they're just right next to my hand here. Much better place for them. And looking up and down, I'm not going to do. Like, you can in Heretic, but I really don't find it to be that necessary. It's just like Doom anyway. Okay, so F10 to accept. Save parameters to launch, except actually I want to launch with the command line. To map 3. I mean, I guess I'll just play map 3. Minus warp, episode 1, map 3, minus skill 5. And now flying is bound to the keys I want it to be bound to. Now, something else you'll notice starting from now is that Heretic is pretty unforgiving with WandStarts, like, because obviously you don't get the equivalent of shotgunners and chain gunners to give you shotguns and chain guns on the regular. So any new weapons just have to be found where the map author placed them. And so you'll often be using the wand quite a lot. And yeah, look, variations of enemies. Not just like, you know, Barons and Hell Knights, for example. See, they infight. Oh, and he killed him, thank you. Every enemy, I think, or sorry, most enemies, not every enemy, has a variation of itself. And the imps, or the gargoyles, have this, like, fireball throwing variant. And there's, yeah, variants of all sorts of other enemies, which we will see. Just going to pick up health. But yeah, to get different weapons, I'm going to have to go find them. I don't think, yeah. There's no extra weapon up here, but I will clear this area out because I do have a lot of wand crystals right now. Oh yeah, and because this is skill 5, you get 1.5 times the amount from ammo pickups. And the projectiles are going faster, that kind of thing. But without the respawning monsters, it's really not anywhere near as big of a deal. And like I was saying before, I don't find it to be, well, I guess because there's no hit scan, I don't find fast monsters in Heretic to be anywhere near as hard to deal with as in Doom. One thing you'll notice about Heretic's level design is that they do tend to reuse the same textures a lot. Like, there's a lot less texture variety. I like Heretic's art style a lot, but yeah, I think they had to rush it a little bit because, yeah, the textures aren't that varied, and all the enemies' deaths are very similar. They just sort of explode into jibs, which, it looks cool, but like every enemy just about does it, which I've always thought was kind of funny. There's that like a sound channels. But yeah, they did interesting things with, so see when these guys die and the little like soul escapes from its body? That's not part of the same graphics, like that is actually a new entity being spawned. Oh no, I forgot how many of these guys there are. Oh, but none of them are throwing things at me, okay, thank god. I thought one of them was a fireball thrower on this skill, but really not. I wonder if it's because I'm playing version 1. Oh no, this guy looked like he was maybe trying to throw something at me. Man, the crystal geode, the... Oh yeah, and every weapon has unique ammo. They don't share bullets or share shells, or share cells for that matter. They all have unique ammo. So the wand has its own wand crystals and so on. Another reason why you don't want to forget about the wand and you might want to go back to it. Even against higher tier dudes. It's not as bad as Doom's pistol by any means. But this is better, of course. This really is like the shotgun, the workhorse weapon. Over here. Yeah, I knew there was... I could have swore I was like waiting for... Now this is interesting here. I wonder if I'm going to get to sort of show it. Oh no, not when they throw a red one. I do have a quartz flask, thank god. Oh well, I can show this now if I want to. Get this shadow sphere, except I need to try and swap to it quickly. I'm going to use this. So this is like the light goggles. Although they added this flickering effect, which is pretty cool, the torch. Check this out. Not only is it the partial invisibility, but their attacks are going right through me when they do actually hit. In Heretic, there's actually 2 styles of attacks. Magic attacks and physical attacks. And these skeletons' axes count as a physical attack, and when you have the shadow spear active, physical attacks go right through you. But you can encounter enemies that are also see-through, like ghost enemies, and the same applies to them. If you try to use a physical attack on them, it'll go through them. Luckily, most attacks in the game are magic, so it doesn't apply that often, but it does apply to these guys' axes, and that's something very useful to know and to understand about Heretic. See, this has turned this whole section into a complete joke. All these dudes, I can just stand here and talk about intricate Heretic mechanics and not have to think about what I'm doing at all. Very handy. And works really well when you know what's happening. But of course, so the melee attack of these guys, I guess, even though you'd think it would be physical, clearly counts as magical. Oh, my Shadow Sphere's worn off as well. It's a little bit hard to tell, because in Heretic they actually added like genuine transparency. Might have seen that my weapon sprite was actually just transparent rather than having Doom's sort of fuzz effect. Oh yeah. I remember the progression to get through this bit, but it is a little bit cryptic. And yeah, that stuff there, the floor, that's damaging floor. Heretic is a lot more consistent with its use of damaging floor textures. And so whenever you see that stuff, it's going to damage you. But it's worth it to get that quartz flask. Yeah, and of course the sounds in Heretic are mostly different, but as you just heard, your pain sound is just a truncated version of Doomguy's pain sound. Some of them are the same, and even some of the graphics are the same. Some. So when you don't have the gauntlets, this is your version of the fist, essentially. It's like a staff. And yeah, they didn't change Doom's bullet puff sprite for the staff. And I mean, fair enough. Why not reuse some of the stuff that works? I actually respect how much they did change. They didn't really need to, but they did. Yeah, and the other thing that's really annoying about these fireball throwing guys, as opposed to the regular melee ones, is they move around a bit more. So on Black Plague, like I was saying, the melee ones sort of seem to sort of literally just hover in place a lot of the time. The fireball ones don't do that. Yeah, this is a nasty trap if you're not ready for it. Yeah, and it's interesting using the crossbow. You see I'm hitting the wall there because I'm used to my muscle memory from Doom with the hit scan weapon. But of course, with this projectile firing weapon, the timing is different. Oh yeah, okay, so I haven't done this yet. Okay. That is just the armor, the silver shield. You get 100 armor. And that opens up this secret. Gonna collect this ammo here. And I believe this opens up a bunch of, yep. And they're all the projectile throwing version. So what I'm gonna do is jump down and get the Dragon Claw. Loud as it is, it's a better way to quickly deal with a bunch of imps. And these guys hurt. The chip damage from the little projectiles is pretty devastating if you're not hip to it. And of course, because this is skill 5, they just peg it at you constantly. Okay, now we can go back up there and make sure I've actually got everything. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. I have to go on this one. Oh damn it, that was the same one. This one, I got turned around. Let's get some extra Dragon Claw ammo. I wish I could check the stats. I'm so used to having the stats. I don't care. That's one of the few things that I don't care wasn't part of the original games. I'll just use it because it's such a cool quality of life improvement. So with the green key, obviously I can go to the exit. I think that's everything then. Oh no, no it's not at all. There's a big section of this map I still haven't done, which I'll go do right now. Going up this way. There's this area. And pick up the Morph Ovum. Let's see if I can show you the Morph Ovum. And those sounds you can hear are those skeleton dudes. Alright, they're here. Well, I'm going to kill these guys through the window because they're pretty dangerous. But I should be able to show you the morph ovum when we go outside. Of course we can go out here. And to do that, I think I have to come all the way around again. Oh, up here. Where these guys came from. And press that. And that will let us up here. Just how we go. Outside. But this water, look at the current in this water. If I just do nothing, I just get pushed straight back. It's very strong. Whoa, very strong. That's actually really good because when you stand over here, this opens and these guys, but their green axes won't actually make it to you because they're being affected by the current. Hit them with the morph ovum and they turn into chickens. It's actually a pretty good power up. I always forget about it and I don't really use it as much as I should, but it's very handy. These guys are a joke anyway because of the current, meaning the green axes won't get to you. But being able to just suddenly turn a bunch of dudes into chickens like that can get you out of some sticky situations. And you don't get to take... Oh no, sorry, you get to take one of each power-up between maps. So I would get reduced to 1 tome of power after this, but I'll just use it. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, I've got to use these. And then we get to see a ghost. And these guys, the ghost version of the skeletons, always throw the red axe, which hurts a lot. But I used Tome of Power on him. And we're done. Please have everything. Told you I know these maps. I played the shareware version of Heretic a lot as a kid. Anyway, I'm just going to take a short break now, and but as far as you're concerned, I'll see you in just a sec in map 4, the guard tower. Okay, let's get back into it. Warp, episode 1, map 4, skill 5. The gatehouse. Now yeah, this map is actually somewhat famous. You may recognize it if you're a big Doom fan because its layout has been reused before in popular Doom WADs. I think Kama Sutra, they had a map that basically just uses this map's layout with Doom textures and my enemies, of course. And that's one of my favorite maps in Kama Sutra, but of course it's just a Heretic map that they've just repurposed. I think they might have changed the geometry a little bit in that version, I can't quite remember. Actually, I think I want to go quickly over to this side and get one of the secrets in this map early. Yeah, see these? Bloody... Yeah, this is a secret. I'm gonna have to use a Tome of Power here, I think. Because I need to maximize the damage that my ammo is gonna do. Okay, that quartz flask, very handy, I'm gonna use it. Yes, okay, so that secret takes us to like this hidden area behind the map. Oh, I can use the... No, well actually, with the Tome of Power, I do need my health back. Look at my health as I'm attacking these guys. Very handy. Look at that, I have full health after even just charging into these dudes and getting hit a bunch of times. Okay, there goes my Tome of Power, so... time to stop that. But yeah, using the gauntlets with a Tome of Power is actually a very handy thing to do. Do not sleep on it. Is there current in this water? A mild one, okay. So yeah, that's a secret area that you get it to right from the start. And one of the things I really like about taking that secret is that it puts us right near where the crossbow actually is in this map. That's something that's really important when starting these Heretic maps, even in episode 1, is knowing where the weapons are so you can go and get them nice and quickly. Oh, the new version of the golem. The Nitro Golem. Okay, I need this. Yeah, he has a projectile. And those little, like, flaming skulls he shoots as a projectile have a very slight homing effect to them. Nothing like the Revenant missiles, but they do home in a little bit. So be wary of that. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up this area, I guess. And hoping that I get all the secrets in this map. not as confident with his later maps in the episode as I was in the first few, because obviously as a kid I'd just boot up shareware and play the maps in order. I don't think I knew Heretic's cheats back then, so I couldn't use cheats, but of course I would have only played on Smite Meister as well. Yeah, in Heretic, the only cheat that I definitely remember is to change levels. It's the word engage. So if I was playing on a lower skill, I could just type in engage 1 forward to have got to this map, for example. But it doesn't work on skill 5. Whoa. It almost looked like that guy was deliberately targeting him. Not sure why he would be. Oh yes, they're fighting. Yeah, monsters in fight in Heretic, just like in Doom. Ooh. Bloody imp. Oh, still alive. Yeah, so Heretic monsters is weird, like they do all have quite different health amounts to Doom. They're not really reskins of Doom enemies. They're quite different. Unlike the weapons, which are, you know, largely similar, the monsters are quite different. And the different variants of the different enemies have different health pools to each other, or health amounts. And the only way to know which one's which is to let them attack you and see what happens, you know. Not such a problem on Black Plague because they're just going to attack you, no matter what, very quickly. But on the lower skills, you might need to let them attack you to find out what type, what variant they are. Alright, now we're back at the... Ah, you little bastard. Back at the start. You guys get out of there? Yep. Just trying to make sure that everything is dead before I go through the yellow door. Not these guys. I think I would like to kill them because this is a better place to kill them from than in their face. And they're guarding a Tome of Power, which would probably be pretty handy. Okay, just gonna double check. Okay, there's a quartz flask. I mean, it's all good stuff. Yeah, Heretic likes to do this, and I think it's actually one of the strengths of its level design is these little, like, town areas. I think they're actually pretty good. They didn't try to go too hard with it because the Doom engine's not necessarily so great at realistic places. But they did just enough, you know, it feels cool and different from Doom. Right, I think that's everything, or it's enough of everything. Getting that armor from that dude in that building there is something I really wanted to do. Heretic does have versions of the 100 armor and the 200 armor, but the 200 armor is much rarer than a mega armor. And look, they painstakingly took the time to do all these sort of round bits of level design, which is pretty cool. Can I go through here? Yes. Yeah, Heretic marks its key doors with just those, like, statues. Oh yeah, and I think Stevie pointed this out, and I think it's true. You always get the keys in the same order in Heretic. It's always yellow, and then green, and then blue. Unlike in Doom, where it could be any of them. Now, it's funny, I think the monster behavior on Black Plague is a bit different in this OG version 1 in DosBox than what I'm used to playing Heretic and DSDA Doom. Because yeah, public service announcement, DSDA runs Heretic perfectly, and that's how I usually play Heretic. I'm doing this just, you know, to make a video and for fun, playing it in DosBox, but normally I would just play in DSDA. Here we go, the green key, because it's the one that's next. There is another one. Oh. Well, hang on. It said looking up and down is hardly useful, but actually here it would be pretty useful. Auto aim not doing a very good job there. So wait, looking up and down. No one above me. Yeah, I don't really like looking up and down in these 2.5D engines because it warps and distorts everything. It looks kind of crap. Like, I get it, it was cool for its time because there was nothing else to compare it to, but I don't like using it unless you kind of have to. Shadow sphere, that will help a lot with any more of those dudes that we might encounter. Oh, we can just go through here. And you're who I'm hearing. Okay, I think we get introduced to a new enemy here. Yes, the Disciples of Disparel. These guys are a pain in the ass. Those purple fireballs hurt. Crap, I did not want to fall down. Whispering bastards. I'm noticing that... Yeah, I had a time of power, did I not? Am I just dropping them by accident? I swear I'm just pressing enter to try and use them and it's not working. No, I had a morph over them and I wanted to use the morph over them. Yeah, so those guys are relatively powerful and annoying, and I just turned them into chickens. Yeah, see how they're phasing in and out like that? So you've got to be, you know, this is a magic attack, so it's always going to work. But I think the side bits of the bow are physical attacks. So if they were in their, like, transparent state, those side bits aren't gonna work. Now, do I have everything? I got a scroll at some point, and there's clearly a secret that I've missed. And I felt on the barrel just there, I thought so. Heretic does have some more 3D elements than Doom. You can actually go over and under stuff a bit more often than in Doom. Yes, more kills and more places to go. Such as here. Oh yeah. Well, hang on. I'll be back for you guys. Now that I've used the time of power, hitting in your face is much preferable. I'm trying to fight you from down somewhere else. Okay. That's just a stairway I never used. That should be fine. I believe I do have all the kills and secrets now. We're about to find out. Oh yeah, and you're probably familiar with all this music because it gets used in Doom maps a lot. Yeah, I mean, it started here. Hell yeah. Alrighty, back out to DosBox so that I can go to level 5. The Citadel. Okay, level 5. Swap 1, 5. And this one, also, you might seem strangely familiar if you're a Doom fan, because this sort of design with like the town with the little bridge and the water through it was used in a lot of Doom maps. It was clearly very influential to Doom mappers. Now this one is a pain in the ass to WandStart. I think what I want to do is drag this guy down and go up these stairs. Just get out of my way. Oh no, there's one of you guys. Oh. Because yeah, getting the weapons is relatively difficult. That's a secret that I can get now. You can get shot at from all sorts of locations, so I can see how this was influential because it's pretty challenging. I would very much like that. And now we can get the green key. Let's go pick up some of these little health files though, because I'm not doing so crash hot for health. Whoa. You know what? Let's go in one of these yellow key doors. See, look at this guy being all nice and friendly to me. Black Plague is harder, but you wouldn't necessarily think so just looking at the little gargoyle guys. Except the ones that throw fireballs. I think gauntlets probably are the best way to deal with this guy. And this is where the crossbow is. This is what I was trying to rush to. It's on a WandStart. You gotta know where the weapons are. If you want to do it quickly, that is. Okay, that sound is those, like, nitro golems. That's what they're actually called, the projectile throwing ones. These guys. Hell yeah. Slapping these guys around. They don't even have a time of power, and that guy went flying. Whoa! Oh! Now let's see if I can get some health. Okay, arrows is good, but health would be better. Torch. Useless. Health. Where's, like, some quartz flasks? Where's the guy here throwing projectiles at me? Yeah, these whispering bastards, man. Okay, well there's some health files. That's alright. Oh. The hell? We can't hit each other. Yeah. Yeah. One of us had to come down. Okay, this shadow sphere will actually be pretty handy, I think. Yeah, this map can be an absolute son of a bitch. Heretic definitely is a bit harder than Doom, I would say. Generally speaking. I mean, it's not hard by modern standards, like if you're a competent Doom player, you're not going to have a hard time with Heretic, but it's harder than Doom. Enough of the whispering. Just because I can hear that little imp, I just want to make sure I'm not about to get attacked in my back. Oh man, the projectiles seem really fast in this. Are they faster than what I'm used to? Damn. Do I have quartz flasks? I do not. I'm not going to paddle those guys like that because I was getting wrecked. So I have the yellow and green keys, but oh yeah, I think I need to press this button over here. Assume I haven't pressed it. That, wait. Where the hell were you? That raises these stairs up into these rooms. Gotta try and get the timing right here. Get the projectile thrown. Whoop. And you can do similar to Fast Monsters on Doom. You can cheese these guys a bit by like sort of hiding slightly around a corner. And they'll try and hit you because they think they can, but they can't. Careful. Oh god. That probably came through on the recording there, that like big lag spike on my computer. Still doing it. If you remember the time it happened to me during Sunlust. Oh cool, I got them both. I was thinking, man, that's skeletons. They're called undead warriors, I'm pretty sure they're skeletons. I was like, man, he's taking a pounding. There's two of them. I'm going to go do the other side because I want the health files from this side as well. Kinda did the cheese thing on him. Will on this guy though, I hate these little dudes. They're very annoying. The little fireball bullshit. Come on, auto aim. Okay, well I'm getting to cheese this guy because he's hitting the ceiling. Wait, so am I. There's music as well, it's hectic. Heretic. Actually, that's what... So the next game in the series was called Hexen, which I'm sure sounds familiar to a lot of you, or you've just heard of it straight up. And then after that it was meant to be a game called Hecatome, but that never ended up happening. They just made Hexen 2 and Heretic 2. Oh! But yeah, so Heretic. I wonder if that's how they came up with it. Probably not, but, you know. Didn't let me feel cool for coming up with something. I just language learning modeled you all with some bullcrap. Heretic is a word I just made up myself. As a way to describe Heretic as cool. Hectic Heretic. I keep going to press W, A, S, and D because in BSDA I have them bound. And so when I'm like scratching my nose, I can still move using my left hand. Those purple fireballs, man, they're moving very fast. Oh, there's lots of these guys. I think, you know, let's use the power-ups. I mean, that's what they're there for. Well, he didn't like that. Okay, well, cool. I'll get some health back. And maybe you want to come over here, disciple. Or did I kill you? And the other thing is the Shadow Sphere. There are no hit scan enemies in Heretic. So you'd think that the Shadow Sphere is kind of useless or be like annoying like Doom's partial invisibility in terms of messing with your muscle memory, but I find not so much. It actually is kind of helpful. Oh yep, give me health. There's a quartz flask. He just missed me from right in front. Oh yeah, because I've got a shadow sphere. This is the perfect time to be getting all up in their face. Where are you? I'd forgotten about how useful this thing is in this situation. Here's another one, but it's run out, so I gotta be careful. I'd like to go and get the Dragon Claw, especially because I have no ammo for my other weapons. I was about to call them guns. Ain't no guns in Heretic. Oh. So I want to go the other side of like this underground passage. I like this map. I can see why it became influential in the Doom mapping scene. It has a cool layout. Like a different town on each side of this big wall, but you can get to them through these like, you know, underground tunnels. And then the wall has, oh, battlements with the wizards. Auto switch. Yeah, and the, oh! Get out of here. You want to see that monsters randomly drop items. So, oh no, I've fallen. Some monsters do drop ammo, just like in Doom. But in fact, all monsters drop some form of ammo. They drop it for different weapons. Not necessarily anything you'd think they're associated with, they just... This monster drops this ammo and so on, just like that. But it's random, it's not every time. There's RNG to the monster drops in Heretic. Including the fact that some monsters have a rare drop, so those Disciples of Disparral can occasionally drop a Tome of Power. Which is pretty bloody handy when they do. I had a feeling you'd catch up with me. Yeah, Heretic can get pretty intense relative to Doom. I would be interested in playing some user-made Heretic maps. I don't think I ever have. I think I've only ever played the IWADs of Heretic, essentially. But I wonder how crazy user maps go. Get a bag of holding. Alright, well there's a secret there, but I would really like these guys dead before I take it. Did that guy just die? Well, that guy didn't. Let's use a quartz flask. Hold still. There was two though. Do I have any? I have a Tome of Power. Where are you? Oh yeah, and something that's a little bit annoying about Heretic's sound design is their pain sound, those Disciples of Disparral, the wizards, is like a little snippet of the first bit of your death sound. And it can be a little bit off-putting sometimes. It messes with your, not muscle memory I guess, but mental memory. Let's use this because I might be about to run into some wizards. Oh, I wonder if... No, it can't have been the case before, but like the current, see this has a strong current. It does affect projectiles, and so if they're firing with the current, it might make it come at you a lot faster than you might be expecting it to. Die! These wizards have quite a lot of health. It can be annoying. Okay, my health's not very good, so I'm definitely not going to drop down because you'll get a skeleton in the face when you drop down there. I'm pretty much just on cleanup duty now because I have the blue key which takes me to the exit. Let's fix that health. I get 35 from a quartz flask. Is that a Black Plague thing? Am I just... Have I Mandela affected myself? Has it always been 35? I think that might be a Heretic version 1 thing in DosBox. I swear it was only 25 when I play in DSDA. And just like in Doom, you know, a med kit. And I just got more than 10 health from that. Oh, am I getting more health than I expect? It said skill 5. And I mean, they're clearly fast monsters, so it must be skill 5. But, maybe not. Oh yeah, I didn't go and get the Dragon Claw. Let's do that. So we go down here will be fine. And here will be perfect. This is where I want to go. Ah, you little bastard. I see you hiding in the barrels. Oh yeah, we haven't really seen it yet, but some things in Heretic, not these wooden barrels, but some things actually have physics. The like seed pod things that replace the exploding barrels can be pushed around. You may have seen that when I was shooting them in map 2. Oh wait, I don't want to go here. I want to go to the blue door. Although I also would like to find where that golem is. I hear a golem walking around. Mummy dudes. Sounds like maybe he's out here somewhere. There you are. And there's another one here. Okay, hopefully that's all the kills from this area. I won't be able to be sure. Until I exit, of course. Okay. Might as well grab that. Nitro Golem. Yes, I seem to be getting more health than I expected to. I wonder if that's a Heretic version 1 thing, or... There you go, Infight. Or if DSTA is just emulating it wrong. Or what the hell's going on, I have no idea. Some of these pixels are the monster I'm supposed to be firing at. Okay, now let's get some Wings of Wrath, because that'll let me get more in the way of secrets and goodies out in the rest of the map. So where's the little building with the Ring of Invincibility? Funny thing about the Ring of Invincibility, it makes you invincible. Some more Time Bomb of the Ancients, which didn't work when I tried to use them before. And then I'm going to use the Ring of Invincibility actually for here, because there's this guy in your face. And he can be a son of a bitch to deal with. But I'm hoping that's everything now, except for the dudes in the exit. Alright, and I can use my Wings of Wrath to go over the wall. Oh, I was going to the right wall. Damn, I'm getting lost. Oh, it's hard to see with the color palette. There goes my invincibility. But I still have my Wings of Wrath, so I can fly up here. Oh, you gotta press this. And there's 2 disciples! I could have got a Tome of Power from out here in the rest of this room, but whatever. Too late now. I'm pretty sure. Let's just check, because I do have the map scroll. What's this? Okay, it's just a corner of a room that I did go into. These are just lines in areas that I did go to. Oh, there might be a monster here. I'm gonna have to just check that. Like right next to me here. It's possible that because I haven't been there, there's an unkilled monster. Down this hallway. Okay, there's not. I'm glad I checked that. I should be about to get 100% of everything. I hope. Okay, not all the items, but I don't care about that. Kills and secrets, that's the main thing. Now we move on to... what is after the Citadel, map 6? The Cathedral? The Cathedral. Right. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, time for map 6. Just went and relieved myself and got myself a sparkling water. Because the sparkling water is exactly what my hay fever ravaged throat needs. Yeah, now this did some practice runs the other day to try and make sure I was going to get all the secrets in these later maps. This is tagged as a secret, even though all it's in there was just a nitro golem, so make sure to stand in there. Crap, I need to use this quartz flask. And it would seem like pressing enter is not really working out for me so well. That's what you're supposed to do to use items, is press enter. And you've seen a few times now that it doesn't necessarily always use the item. Yeah, my health is dreadful. So I just stood there copying a bunch of damage trying to use a quartz flask. How ironic is that? And yeah, I realised while I was having my break that this is the map that has the exit to the secret level in it. I'd forgotten all about the secret level. I mean, I won't talk about it during map 6. But yeah, goddamn. Oh yeah, and it's this music track, which I think gets used in Doom maps a lot. It's good. Heretic's music, like I said, is good. Kevin Schilder, I think is his name, who made it. Eduardo did a video praising the hell out of the guy, and I have to agree. That is Eduardo and Friends. I'm sure you know if you're watching my channel. Okay, I'm just making sure I got everything. No, I don't, because I've got to go around here to get the yellow key. And yeah, once again, wand starting means using the wand for quite a while. Oh yeah, I think I remember there's like a throwing dude, yeah. Throwing dudes. These little bastards. Yep, that bell is just an ambient sound. Heretic does that. Just plays these random ambient sounds. And there's one that actually sounds like a monster, like it uses the same sound file as one of the monsters. I'll talk about it more when it actually happens, though I don't want to give too much away, but it can be a bit disconcerting. Okay, I'm deliberately cheesing these guys because they only have the wand. Oh, and the key is already lowered, but I'll get it from here. This is what you're meant to do, obviously, is jump here, fall on the key. And without the Wings of Wrath, I don't know... Yeah, it's not actually officially a secret, but when you get the Wings of Wrath, you can go up there and get those things. But it opens them up for a bunch of little imps as well. But it's not officially a secret, but I'll have to go get it because obviously I need the kills. My ammo is terrible. Oh, and it's a nitro golem. Okay, they're getting in fight. Thanks, bro. Roll them. Okay, this room. Let's just run around and get everything infighting. Oh god, okay, that's not infighting. Hopefully they are infighting. I want to press this button. Run over here. See ya. Oh no, I bumped my head. Go up! Okay. Why am I so desperate to come up here? Because it's where you get the crossbow. And I'm sick of the wand. But now I've got to fight my way out of here. Ooh, I should not have stood still. And I definitely don't have any quartz flasks because you can see my inventory there is empty. So that means I've got nothing. If it's empty like that, it means you got nothing. But I see a quartz flask in amongst these dicks, so let's do some killing and go get it. Hey, that guy was helping me. Well, I must have picked up a few little crystal vials. Because my health's actually a bit better now. And these things are worth 35, it would seem, in this version. Oh yeah, you may have noticed that if you're paused or you're very astute, the that red text screen, the End Doom, End Heretic in this case, I guess, is for the shareware version. Yeah, that's how I'm playing version 1. I've got the version 1 shareware EXE that I just downloaded off the internet because, of course, it's free. But what I'm actually playing with it is my Heretic Shadows of the Serpent Rider IWAD. So it would play episodes 2 and 3 if I hopped into it. I should have loaded up, I guess, the original WAD that came with. I don't know why I've... No, I do know why I've done that because, yeah, I've forgotten to actually mention until now. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see episodes 2 and 3 done using this shareware EXE, or if you're okay with me swapping back over to DSDA Doom for the rest, Heretic. The advantage, of course, will be that it won't be so crispy and chunky, and you might actually get to see everything in a nice, easier to view widescreen. But if you're a nostalgia whore like me, you may wish to continue seeing it as is. And I'm happy enough to keep playing in DosBox. Why not? I think I actually will use the torch because this is bloody annoying. It's flickering. And yeah, there are dudes hiding behind a fake wall here. Heretic does that quite a bit. They can be pretty annoying. Let's use a quartz flask. That only gave me 25 health. What the hell? Did I just do my maths completely wrong in that previous map? Am I being utterly stupid? Or was something... Yeah, and that was only 10 health as well. What the hell? Did I accidentally play the last map not on skill 5? But I loaded... You all saw. I said skill 5 in the, mine line, did I not? Am I about to watch the video back and have massive egg on my face? I'm confused. I can only assume I must have just done my maths wrong. That's right, and there's a secret here as well. I'll take this in a sec, but there's one more secret out here that I want to get before I forget about it. Well, of course, you can walk through the wall where these guys were. I think that counts as a secret standing there, and this opens. A hidden map scroll. So you got to know one of the secrets to be able to find the other secrets. Okay, now where does this take me? There's still lots of the map left to go. Oh, just back to the start. Okay, cool. Don't see the point of that. A secret that takes you back to the start. Right, I've got to press this. And we'll continue on the intended way, I guess. Do I have the Wings of Wrath yet? No. That's right, I always found this room interesting. You've basically got to find a secret as part of the intended map progression. So where do you go in this room, huh? It seems like there's nowhere to go. Well, the texture on this wall is slightly misaligned, but this is not a secret. This is just where you're meant to go. And we go out to the graveyard. Heretic definitely did try to do some, like, you know, real life locations a bit more than Doom. I mean, this is pretty cool. It fits, you know, with the fantasy sort of medieval, dare I say, theming of Heretic. To have like a graveyard church sort of setting. So you do your battle with the various magical monsters in. Well, yeah, so Heretic's story is that there's 3 serpent riders, they're called, these very big, bad, evil, magical dudes who are corrupting the land and doing various bad, evil things. And these are all their various, like, disciples or corrupted, you know, spawn that we're fighting here. And the idea was that in Heretic you fight the first Serpent Rider, then Hex in the second, and then in the planned Hecatime it would have been the third. But we didn't get Hecatime. But so the first Serpent Rider, Disparel, Disparal's who you do fight at the end of Heretic. And at the end of Hexen, you do fight the second Serpent Rider, Korax. And then the third Serpent Rider, Eidolon, I believe you fight at the end of Hexen 2. So rather than Hecatome, we just got Hexen 2. And the only reason I remember all of this is from watching Civi's videos where he plays all those games. I did play a lot of Heretic back in the day as a kid, but I didn't really give a crap about the story. It's like Doom in that sense. There's just some text screens, not really much in the way of actual lore explanation in-game. Okay, now, yeah, so I remember what that teleporter here does with this. Wait, well, no, I don't. Gives me the Morph Ovum. Where's the teleporter that takes me to... Oh, it's this one. This teleporter is the one that gives me the Tome of Power. Oh. I thought so. I thought they were supposed to have already appeared, so I wondered. You have to find all this to be able to get the green key. Okay. With the green key, we can go up here. Throwing dudes. And up here is where we're going to find the secret exit. Of course, I've got to play the map all the way through to the normal exit just to get all the kills and secrets. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, wait on, actually, I think it's probably quicker for me to just go through here. Think. Do I have Wings of Wrath yet? No. I have Rings of Invincibility and Times of Power and everything. Alright. I need Wings of Wrath to go back there so I can get those items and kills that I've been talking about. Oh, and I'm going the long way. I like remember the secrets and where the kills are and so on, but I didn't really route these maps. I think at this point we can regular exit actually, because there should be a switch over here revealed now. Yeah. No, not that one. Be here. No, okay, we're trying to reveal this, but I haven't yet, clearly. Yeah, because the switch will be up here. Not through here, though. I don't know what this teleport is all about. Where to go through here? Not only is the secret exit through here, and there's the Wings of Wrath, okay. I was being impatient. It all happens, I just needed to persist. Whoop. Man, why is that guy not firing straight at me? I guess because he's further away, and so he was firing at where I was standing. Right. And that lowers the switch to the exit on the other side of the room, but... so you need to jump from here to here. And then that you just heard open is the passage to the secret exit. But this is what I was thinking of. That lowers the middle bit, and that's the exit. But we gotta go back. Because this opened. And given that I have all these power-ups, let's be invincible. Let's Tome of Power. And let's kill these whispering bastards in a very satisfying way. Whisper me this. Yeah, Disciples of Disparal are relatively quite powerful for an early game enemy like this. So it's very satisfying to just mow them down like that. And now I have to quickly go back to the very start, use those Wings of Wrath, and get all the items. But I think maybe that's what this is all about. Well, it doesn't even take you back to the start. This in here did though, didn't it? This teleporter? Yes. So Wings of Wrath. Just going up here. This doesn't count as a secret. But I do need these kills. Quartz Flask and... Bag of holding. Okay, now to the secret exit. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Jeez, I hope it is. Don't accidentally go through the regular exit. Fly my way to map 9, which is called the graveyard, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I even got all the items. There you go. Alright, I'll have to walk to it, obviously. The graveyard. Jeez, this one's tough. I'm going to take a break here just in case. Well, because I need to prepare for it. God damn, this map is tough. Time for map 9. I'm back after quite a long break. Took a couple of hours off to let my voice recover a bit. And also to steel myself for this map. Because I didn't think about it earlier this evening when I decided to record Heretic. But this map is a major son of a bitch to WandStart on Black Plague. Because you don't get given any weapons, basically. Well, I mean, you do. But not for a long time. So I'm going to wake up all these golems. Okay. See how much damage that did. And I'm going to try and drag them all back here to where all the ghost skeletons are. Get this. Okay, this happens sometimes and I'm really glad to see it happening now. They like start trying to infight each other. But they shouldn't be able to. Okay, morph over them. Actually going to be very handy here, I think. Okay, I only think I hit one there, so I totally wasted the morph over them. Oh, and here come the nitro golems. You guys need to fight with the skeletons. Okay, get those, that's good. Get the quartz flask and come back up here. And hopefully a lot of the golems are now down in there fighting those skeletons. It's hard to tell, like, where they got this actual transparency effect, unlike Doom's fuzz effect. And with this really crunchy old school resolution, it can be really hard to see them. But yeah, fighting them sort of one-on-one like this with the wand isn't so bad, but when there's a bunch of nitro golems, and then the red axe, the ghost skeletons exclusively throw the red axe, which hurts way more than the green axe. And because they're ghosts, and the axes are a physical attack, it passes through them. So if there's like 5 or 6 in front of you, they don't block each other's attacks. Like, you're going to get 5 or 6 axes coming at you. Red axes. Okay, I think I also... The good thing about them being a mixture of nitro golems and regular golems is they'll infight each other. Okay, yeah, it sounds like I'm hearing infighting. Whoa. I hear the chicken. I mean, at least turn one of them into a chicken. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, I did practice these maps the other night. And that's the only reason I remember that secret there. There's a bag of holding in this room. And it's the only reason that I have any kind of a tactic for approaching this map. I'd forgotten all about it. I don't think I found this one when I was a kid, so I only know this one from, you know, being older. And I know that when you pick up this yellow key, there's going to be some Disciples of Disparal, and I don't want to fight them right now with just the wand. Oop, skeleton. Okay, there's lots of skeletons here. Now, I do have a yellow key, of course, but I don't want to go in there just yet. I want to see if I can kill the skeletons. And I think that means... Okay, I have the bag of holding, that's good. Running back to the very start. Using a tome of power. And staying constantly on the move. I'm getting rid of this. Why is auto aim not working for me? I guess auto aim doesn't target those things. Okay, that skeleton just hitting a decoration is very handy. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the hit scan attacks in Heretic pass through decorations, so if they're like, you can cheese them if they're behind like a statue or a sprite-based sort of decoration object, because your hit scan attacks will go through it and their projectile attacks won't. I'm about to run out of Tome of Power, but I do have a decent amount of ammo at least, and I'm cheesing them with the whole wall strategy. Okay, not this guy. and use that. Oh yeah, and I rewatched back the footage to see what the hell was going on, where I thought I got 35 health from a quartz flask. Some of you, well, I'm sure most of you saw exactly what happened and are screaming at your screens. While I was searching through my inventory to get the quartz flask up, I just didn't notice that I walked over a standard crystal vial, and so I got 10 extra health that I didn't think that I had. So I was on 50 health and expected to go to 75 after the quartz flask, but wasn't paying attention, didn't see that I got 10 extra health from a crystal vial and went up to 65 and then used the quartz flask. It took me up to 85, and then I thought that the quartz flask gave me 35 health. So I've seen that now, and so there's nothing, you know, untoward going on. There's nothing weird about version 1. It's just I didn't notice, and yeah, that's why I got a bit discombobulated about the value of my health. So yeah, quartz flasks do in fact give you 25. The little blue things do in fact give you 10, and it's working correctly here, as you would expect. I just somehow missed it. Somehow. Okay, these Disciples of Disparral, I think I need to save the ammo. I'm gonna... Oh, there's a lot of... Okay, I'm gonna kill these imps first. And this is why I wanted to kill those skeletons, as sort of grindy as that was, to kill them in the way that I did. Because now I can hang back. Thought I saw wand crystals. Can hang back at this door and do a bit of killing through it, because this room in here is BS. Alright, I'm gonna run in here if I can. Quartz flask. Because finally we get a better weapon. Another quartz flask. And then desperately try, okay, I love to see you guys infighting. Desperately try and run back out. Oh my god, thank god. That bag of holdings doing this barrel's work as well, because it means I have enough ammo. I can collect up enough ammo to maybe approach this room. These raising and lowering platforms absolutely covered in ghost nitro golems. And did you see that little minor wobble it did? They sort of home in on you, those bloody things. So you've got to be careful. And I have a horrible feeling I'm basically just wasting ammo trying to fight them through the door, so we're gonna have to come in here a bit. But I don't want to stop moving at any point. Like, we're just gonna sort of strafe past them like this. Strafe in the sense that like a fighter jet would use the term though. Just lay down suppressing fire. Can't stop, won't stop, because little yellow skulls are going to hit me. And they do quite a lot of damage, those yellow skulls. And in Heretic you only ever get 100 health. You can't go to 200 like in Doom. And they're a lot less generous with armor. So you're quite a lot spongier in Heretic. No, sorry, the opposite of that. Not very spongy in Heretic. The player's a bit more easily killed. Although the monsters, I would say, generally aren't quite as dangerous, generally speaking. And it's funny because if you actually look it up on Doom Wiki, their overall health pools, I would say, are a bit lower than in Doom. But somehow they feel like at least as tanky, if not tankier in some situations. Don't quite understand how that's possible. Maybe Heretic's weapons are a bit weaker. Yeah, I've killed enough of them now that I feel confident to hide behind some poles. Okay, that was a fairly low damage roll, I believe. Those skulls can do a lot more damage. I think I was being a little bit too circumspect. Like, this room is dangerous, but I think I was talking it up a little bit too much. Like, just get stuck in. Especially when there's only a couple. And yeah, the sound of these platforms lowering and raising is eating up all the sound channels. Luckily, they're mostly dead now, so it doesn't matter so much. Yeah, I have to press this. And I would like to grab all the ammo. Because this map If you don't find that bag of holding, it can be pretty light on for ammo, but because I do know about that bag of holding secret now, and I've got it like at the beginning of the map, hopefully I'm not going to see so much trouble with that. Yeah, look, even the sound of this loud son of a bitch is being covered up by the platforms raising and lowering. I probably could actually go back to this setup and fix that. I'll try and remember. I have a horrible memory, as you may have noticed, but I'll try and remember to add more sound channels in the setup between this and map 7. Now let's get rid of these guys because that whispering pisses me off. And this is a magical attack, so it doesn't matter if they're phasing in and out, they'll just get hit by the Dragon Claw. There we go. And they were standing on another quartz flask and some arrows. Did you get trapped in here? Okay, he's awake in some other area. But yeah, this map, tricky to WandStart. Had to do quite a lot of camping and peekaboo shooting. And only because I practiced the other night. I reckon this map would well, it did. It killed me badly the other night when I was playing it, like, sort of essentially blind or semi-blind. It took me ages to find where the weapons are. You get the Dragon Claw in that yellow key room. But yeah, I found the best way to approach it is to use that Tome of Power on the skeletons ASAP. And get those golems down out of the way so that you can go to the yellow key relatively in peace. Once you've got the weapons, those similar sort of situations aren't so bad. Like, this room would suck with just the wand. But, oh, that's right, yeah, and there's a fake wall up here, but I'm going to fall onto it. Yes. The crossbow. Yeah, Heretic doesn't auto-switch you to new weapons, by the way. Not always. There's, like, much more complex rules around auto-switching. Yeah, see how the crossbow's auto-aiming up there? There's an invisible wall up there. And finally we get a Shadow Sphere. It would have been much handier a lot earlier, and a Tome of Power. Good. Is it behind? This one. Bob, I'm coming for you, bro. It opens the wall here. And the blue key, but this looks safe. Not. But it is relatively safe if I use a Shadow Sphere and a Tome of Power. I'm going to stand on the blue key and run the hell away. Okay, so the Shadow Sphere doesn't help me against the Nitro Golems, but it does make me immune to the red axes. Very, very handy. And then the Tome of Power just helps me just carve through these guys. Finally. Man, after that start, getting to do this is extremely satisfying. We get a Wings of Wrath too. That's like totally unnecessary. Now I hope, I pray that bag of holding was basically the only secret, I think. Ooh, a Ring of Invincibility. Well, yeah, finally, this map goes from extremely difficult, relatively speaking, to a breeze by the latter stages. Because this exit area here through all the blue key doors is really not that bad. I've still got the Shadow Sphere as well. Yeah, these aren't even the Nitro Golems. And yeah, that Ring of Invincibility is gonna make the final area up here easy. Son of a bitch of a map. Real tricky. So you're pressing that switch over there. Initiates the final fight. I knew there's one more of you. There should have been 4. You silly ghosts. I can't see it. I mean, I know it's around here somewhere. Oh. Are you up here again now? Or have they woken up? Oh, there you are. It's chasing me around. So let's use the power-ups. I mean, you get given them for a reason. Well, it makes it really hard to see them now. But yeah, this is what the final fight is. It's just these 4 corners open up with golems. And like, it's really not that bad, but you know, you get given the invincibility and these are the final enemies, so I may as well. And a map scroll, perfect. I can double check. Oh, I hear golems still. Where did you go? Down here, or were you behind me again? That heartbeat you hear is like an ambient sound. There we go. There he was. Okay. Map scroll. Did I go everywhere? Looks like I did. Okay, so I just pray that I did actually get every secret. And kill. Okay, sweet. Alright, to map 7. But yeah, let's try and remember to do the setup again and see if I can add more sound channels and see if that actually works. So, all that's fine. DMA channel, that's fine. Number of sound effects to mix, 3. Make it 8. Oh, and then now launch map 7. Warp 1, 7 minus skill 5. Yes, Crypts, I believe this one's called. Yes, the Crypts. And this one's a little bit tricky to WandStart, but nowhere near as much as the previous. I'm just going to run around, try and get some infighting happening between skeletons and golems. And here's some. And I think there's a mild current in this water. Yeah, there is. But it's quite mild. And I will wand down all these imps because I know where the various, well, a couple of weapons are. And they'll be easier to grab if I'm not being harassed by especially these guys. And see, the golems can't do anything to me, and I'm pretty sure the skeletons, which are up in there, they have trouble shooting through the windows down at you here when you're on the water. Wow, 2 red axes, that's pretty unlucky. Oh, damn, I got hit by a red axe. Luckily it was a low damage roll red axe. Look at all these golems. I might have to bin their numbers a bit from down here. And look, I'm not... Oh, okay, there's no current right at the edge here? Or was I just stuck in the wall somehow? How did I do that? Hey, you dropped some ammo for me. Yeah, it's RNG in Heretic, whether these guys will drop ammo or not. And it would seem like they changed the rules around, like in Doom, when they come forwards to you like that from a higher place, it's because they have a lower mass than the player. Those mummies are coming towards me as well, so I guess they can, even when they're a bigger dude in Heretic. They decided it looks cool, so we're going to do it more often. Okay, he's really angry at a skeleton. Get some gauntlets. That doesn't really help so much. Get this yellow key. Thought there was a weapon in this start area besides the gauntlets, but clearly not. I'm gonna have to go in the yellow door and just get some better weapons in here. I'm loving all the infighting that I'm... Okay, yeah, I knew it wasn't too far from the start. Here is the crossbow. Oh, see, that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to charge you, but they don't do it very often. I'm going to keep using the wand on these guys, though. I'm loving the infighting I'm hearing between all of yous. Yeah, I wanted to provoke a bit more because I believe the area can be a little bit tricky to go into the intended way. Or, like, you know, in person. And these guys might seem like a weird use of ammo now, but I think you can just, like, teleport to there from a secret without sort of realizing what's about to happen, and they'll just be in your face. And that's dangerous. Okay, so we won't actually be back here till we get the green key. Or, well, Yeah, I'm not as familiar with these later maps in the episode, like I was saying, and I don't quite remember this map intimately, but I remember from my practice that you loop back around to this start area several times. Oops, I meant to press 2. I'd really like the Dragon Claw. Alright, I think I'm going to have to just use this Quartz Flask, get one of these, and just move on for now, because we won't see those skeletons for a while, I'm pretty sure. I could just kill them here, but I don't have much ammo. I have to kill whoever's actually in front of me for now, and deal with those guys once my ammo is stocked up a bit better. Oh, of course you're hiding perfectly in the darkness. I do have the gauntlets, maybe I should... No, okay, there's a flame guy. Oh, you're the flame guy. Heretic doesn't have the infinite height like Doom does. Go on, melee guy, you can do it. Can I get him like this? If I could jump, I could. Okay, but they're going to be busy, so we'll just leave them to be busy. Run through here. Because it's a crusher. Actually, are these guys going to be busy forever? Not on my watch. Pretty sure this is for golems, but you do get given that morph of them, so I can just use it straight away on them. Perfect. I mean, there's probably a better use for the morphovum, but whatever. Oh yeah, chickens do actually like come after you and peck you. They're not totally harmless, I'm pretty sure. What the hell was that? Oh, you came down the stairs. I don't have any. Okay. Do I have? Oh, I do have. I picked up more arrows. Oh yeah, they were here. Came down this set of stairs, you sneaky son of a bitch. Okay, come over here. Ah, golems. Alright. There was crystal vials outside, I'm pretty sure, wasn't there? Wasn't there, guys? Tell me. This is one advantage to fast monsters, is they think they can attack you at times where they cannot. Oh yeah, it's this map that has this like big outside area out here. Like another big outside area. Whoa! Gonna get out here and just stock up on health a little bit more. So I'm pretty sure I did leave a little bit. Well, definitely there was one up there. Oh, and there's a couple there. Were they the same? They're not the same, guys. So to get these, I'm going to have to be quick. Or are they the same, guys? I don't know. When does that open? Every time I approach this, it's on its way down. Okay. Yeah, you guys fight. Absolutely useless time bombs of the ancients. Okay, that's what raises those stairs. What's in here? Lots of arrows. I like that a lot. Ooh. Get the fireball guy to kill his melee friends. Look how many of them there are. Go on, fireball guy, you got this. You're actually doing something useful for once. Go on, melee guys, you can damage him as well though. Man, this is working out pretty well. Okay, I get damaged a little bit. Oh, he's angered them all. Yes, go on. He's gonna have to fight them all. Okay, well, let's go and see if we can see that a bit closer up. Whoop. He's beaten them and he's attacking me now. Can one of you useless melee guys do the job? Get him! There's so many of these dudes out here. Heretic loves putting huge crowds of those guys in maps. And see how relatively dangerous these guys that throw fireballs are though compared to the melee version? How many has that guy taken out? Like his kill count is, oi, he finally lost, but he took out several of them. Okay. I think there's quite a lot of secrets around this area. But there's also the Dragon Claw, which I would like. Heretic becomes a lot easier when you have the weapons. Hello. And the Dragon Claw's on that, but I'll do a little bit of... Okay, the green key. A little bit of searching around. That's an obvious secret. The texture is completely different. Oh, you were one of those... Oh, okay. Don't have... Okay, but I have the gauntlets. And a Tome of Power. That helps. Every time you see this texture, it's damaging claw, of course. And, well, yeah, let's go get the Dragon Claw. Perfect. And then we go up here. Something that is nice about episode 1 of Heretic is you can pretty safely just charge into these, like, underground areas and not expect to be face to face with a really big bad dude. I say as I get wrecked. Yeah, I won't take that just yet because I want to make sure I've got everything from this area. So I got a little bit interrupted while trying to go in here. Perfect. The Quartz Flask is exactly what I want. So it will give me 25 health, as I'm now well aware. It's a little bit embarrassing how badly I buggered that up. I'm sure some of you will have left a comment before getting to this part of the video and seeing that I realised my mistake. That's okay. Yeah, this is the teleport I was thinking of that takes you to here. And look at this. I mean, yeah, it's handy because it's where I need to go green key-wise, but ouch. Alright, so, well, I know who I'm hearing through there. It's these guys. And I can take them out much more safely from here. Especially now that I have the Dragon Claw. I said especially now that I have the Dragon Claw. Well, if the Dragon Claw would even hit. Oh, my goodness. Not that. Oh, okay, and now he's close enough. This guy's coordinated very well. Okay. Hopefully there's some health in here. No, there's just Nitro Golems. Lovely. Where are you, Nitro Golem? There. Pretty hard to see. Oop. I hear more potential Nitro Golems. So is this a secret or is it just deck? It is a secret. Or well, yeah, maybe it's a secret, I don't know. Oh! What about this? Well, took them out early. I was hoping I was just going to hit the wall. Oh, and that gives me... Okay, maybe it's not a secret because I don't think this would have been lowered otherwise. Oh, and okay, that's this. Oh, there's two ways into here. Okay, that's what I was probably thinking about earlier when I was saying this map wraps around onto itself. It depends which way you go, whether it wraps around onto itself. Alright, now let's finally go through this door. It's funny, this lowered when I walked through the crusher, right? Like, but I'm pretty sure this room does actually count as a secret. Even though there's nothing really secret about it. Oh, I got lots of crossbow ammo now. Yeah, something I do actually miss from Doom is like the ammo count of all your weapons being on the status bar. It's just sort of a bit of a potluck in a way. It's like, I hope I have ammo for this. Now, this is the map I'm probably the absolute least confident about getting all the secrets on. Hopefully I'll get a map scroll that'll help me out. Pretty sure there will be a map scroll somewhere in this level. I think similar to Doom 1, they made sure to include a map scroll in every map. I hear you. Here we go. Now, no prizes for guessing what's going to happen when we walk up here. That's right. There's also those guys. It's quite nasty. All of them are the fireball throwing variant. I do like that Heretic's pretty, you know, satisfying with its physics when they die. Like, even when they're big dudes, they get pushed around pretty far. They decided to... I guess because it's not as gory as Doom, like the violence is a little bit more like cartoony, because it's like medieval and fantasy and so on. They decided to add a bit of extra interest in other ways. Well, you guys can come up one by one if you want. I guess I don't have a bag of holding. Oh, nice. Do I have quartz flask? No. I have tomes of power. Probably should use those. Don't chuck red axes. All he's doing is chucking red axes. He's not even the ghost variant. I didn't even use the Tome of Power. It happened again, that whole like pressing enter and it just selecting a different item. I must be accidentally pressing enter at the same time as I'm pressing a different key. Must be. Aha, here's the map scroll that I was begging for. Okay, that just takes us to the start. I have full wand ammo, it would seem. Torch. So yeah, we're very close to the exit. This just takes you across. I remember that because I'm like, what the hell is this? And it just takes you back across this little ditch here. Okay, that clearly opens something. I heard that. Ah, oh, wizards, alright. Oh yeah, and these guys are actually called wizards in the game files as well. They're officially disciples of Disparral, but, you know, wizards. I mean, look at them. There's a bag of holding, right towards the end of the map. Alright, let's check. Oh, there's huge sections of the map that I haven't even been to yet. Well, let's... Oh, it's one of you. I was expecting it to be a disciple of Disparral, to be honest. Okay, plenty more for me to go and do. But I now have a map to make sure I get there. Oh, I think I know what I haven't done anyway, like... Oh wait, no, that's where I just was. Oop, okay now. So there's like a little passage through... here? Yeah, that I hadn't actually gone to yet. Was it through here? Yeah. Oh yeah, right, outside there. And there's gonna be dudes to kill. This is what I was looking for it earlier. At some point, and now I know it must be when you press that switch, this opens up. And I think that counts as a secret. And it takes you to here, okay. And then, okay, what I missed is... oh, through here? Yes. There's like a whole area up here full of dudes. Oh, and you need the green key even, so... we need to see and do in here. I love that none of these are the nitro version. And you weren't the fire throwing guys, thank God. Checking around for everything. Ah, yes. I do remember this. I think this is it though. I mean, the map suggests that this is going to be everything. And then pressing that switch is going to lower this, like, sarcophagus here. I'll be able to walk through... I already had 100 armor. Here. And that guy might have been the last kill in the whole map, I think. Is there any major areas unexplored anymore? No. Right. So, that should be the last kill that imp that I just got. Oh, I have to go through the crusher again. Hey, finally, it's open at the time that I want it to be. Oh. Just to look cool. Get as much ammo as possible. And, okay, please be everything. It was, okay. Even all the items again. Okay, it's time for the final map. The boss map of episode 1, Hell's Maw. I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to take one more break. Time for the final map of the episode. Map 8. Hell's Maw. Called that because... well, I think it's the Gate to episode 2, which is also called Hell's Maw. Now, there's a bunch of, like... all those skeletons over there. Yeah, that's right. So I want to get this. Oh, I genuinely didn't mean to fall down, but we're doing it, I guess. Yeah. I'm in big trouble here. I gotta get out of here. Use a couple of quartz flasks. Alright, screw it. I'm using this. It's actually way better for the next area, but I was in big trouble without it. That Tome of Power would be bloody handy as well. But I'll just have to make do with that. These wings in the next area. I think you get more wings anyway, it's alright. This probably is the best use of the wings. Come to think of it. I just hope it lasts long enough. Okay, give me that. But do I want to use that now? Yes, I do. Can I? Use it on you. Get some health back. I think I've ended up with more health than I... oh! Well, okay, I did have more health than I started with. But then the wings ran out. Okay, well, that's a very sloppy way to actually do that. Oh, there's a quartz flask there. That'd be very handy, I think. Oh, there's more quartz flasks here now. It was worth to get a couple of them. Even if I have to use one immediately. Okay. So you may have noticed that very strange sound at the very beginning of the map. And remember I was saying earlier about these being the explosive barrels of Heretic? But they grow back in this room. Very cool, not? And then in those side rooms is a bunch of nitro golems. You can explode them. Okay, but I see nothing here. Okay, the Shadow Sphere is like the least useful item I could get out of these corner pockets. But yeah, okay, bag of holding's obviously good. I want to get all of the items in these corner rooms. They're all tagged as secrets, so I've got to. Oh man, I only just got out of there in time. I'm gonna blow these up. Okay, that is a really handy item. But I don't want to use it in this room. Certainly not yet. But I might have to. I'd also like to have a Tome of Power. You know what? I'm going for it. Now press this. Dragon Claw, and who do we have here? The bosses. They are called Iron Liches. And this tornado thing they shoot is the worst. But with the Shadow Sphere, it doesn't target you. So it would normally target you, like home in on you really well. With the Shadow Sphere, it won't. Okay, I'm running out of invincibility, so let's get the hell out. Oh, back away from there. Luckily, I still have a Tome of Power. Yeah, see that tornado's just sort of going off to the side. Right. enemies. Use a quartz flask. I have lots of them. How are none of them dead? But yeah, see, they have multiple attacks as well. That's something that Doom didn't really do beyond like melee attacks and projectile attacks. Whereas these guys have multiple projectile attacks. They also split up into multiple different projectiles when they hit a wall. Okay, they're dead. Maybe I should have focused more on the fight at hand than talking about mechanics for the boss fight. Yeah, Iron Liches will become standard enemies. Oh yeah, that's right. That wall opens up with lots of dudes. So let's get the hell back out of here. Hopefully that will have killed most of these guys. That's why I didn't bother killing them before, like, because you get this opportunity. Teleport back up here. And just kill them like this. I have so many quartz flasks. And yeah, when the Iron Liches died, a wall opened up with like a lot of dudes here, and there's Disciples of Disparral. Let's let them come in here. Give those Disciples of Disparral a taste of these weird explodey seed pods. See, what do you think about these things? They're still alive, what the hell? How do they tank these things? These things do hurt, by the way, like a lot. I don't want to be anywhere near them when they go off. There we go. Got that guy. Got that guy too. There was one in there that I couldn't even see. But yeah, this is my strategy for dealing with this map, by the way. Use the invincibility to go down there. See how much they can hurt. At least I did get to show that off without dying. Because they have physics as well, as I haven't really pointed out, but you've no doubt seen. Oh, and that guy did his rare drop. See, there's a Tome of Power over there. That's a drop from the Disciple of Disparral. I hear this guy. Oh, he went in there. Okay, he's dead. So now I can come out here. As dangerous as these things are, as long as no one actually explodes them, then it's fine to be around them. And then all that awing you're hearing is golems who are like right down below us. What power-ups do I have? Just this time. Alright, well, we're gonna use it. I'm gonna jump down. Yeah, of course you guys are all the Nitro Golem variants. Of course there's another Disciple of Disparral over there. Scream at this. Oh, damn, that hurt. See, their purple stuff hurts, man. Okay, I think I heard him die. There's some wings. And another ring of invincibility. Well, okay, this map is over. This map is over. Because I have everything. Another ring of invincibility. Okay, so like if you get through to this room, just like work your way around the monsters, you get all the power-ups you could ever need. I believe that's going to be everything. I think the secrets of the 4 rooms in like the explodey pods thing, and all the kills are just the obvious ones. So, and we get the text screen, so we don't get to know, but there we go. That's Heretic. I'll let the text scroll down a bit before I start reading it, but yeah, I really like Heretic. I think it's a really good game. I think if you like Doom, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like Heretic. I mean, unless you sort of get into the nitty-gritty of all the like micro stuff that's different, but I think it's a really cool, you know, it's more than a total conversion. They've done enough changes to the engine that it's its own thing, and it's very cool. Alright, I'm going to read this because I think there's a picture after this, so... With the destruction of the Iron Liches and their minions, the last of the undead are cleared from this plane of existence. Those creatures had to come from somewhere though, and you have the sneaky suspicion that the fiery portal of Hell's Maw opens onto their home dimension. To make sure that the more undead, or even worse things, don't come through, you'll have to seal Hell's... Damn it, I knew that was going to happen. Oh yeah, so it still does this because I'm using the shareware exe, but as you can see... Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm using the IWAD, but... Oh, I think I know what I might have done. I put the shareware WAD back in this folder. So it is just Heretic1.wad that I'm playing here. That's fine, because I'm only playing episode 1 anyway. But yeah, I have the registered version of Heretic. I've had it for a long time. A legitimate copy. I think I even own it twice because I have it in Steam, but I owned it before that anyway. So I definitely will play episodes 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6 of Heretic on the channel. I've always wanted to, and I guess now's the time. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day today, and you'll have a good week ahead. And yeah, let me know if you want to keep seeing Heretic in DosBox, or if you want me to play it in DSDA so that it's got a better resolution, you can see things better, and can compare it, you know, like a modern sourceport version of Heretic to how it ran in the original DOS version. Modern sourceport's pretty faithful though, I have to say. Anyway, yeah, Heretic is cool, it deserves better, it gets a little bit of slander in the Doom community that I don't think it deserves. People go, oh, it's got cool music and, you know, I'll reuse the graphics, but the game itself's kind of just not as good as Doom. It's not as good as Doom, but it's still very cool in its own right. Go Heretic, it's a cool game. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.